Before we dive into today's story, make sure you subscribe to Small Town Storytime, like this video, and comment your thoughts below. Your support helps us bring more true small town stories to life. In the quiet town of Maplewood, where every house had a story older than its porch, 32-year-old Laura Mitchell had just moved into her late grandmother's home. The house, familiar yet strange after years of absence, seemed to hum with memories. Its wooden floors creaked under her steps, as if whispering secrets she wasn't yet ready to hear. She wasn't expecting much more than dust, memories, and creaking floorboards, but she was wrong. Very wrong. It was a cold Sunday morning. Mist rolled softly over the quiet streets, curling around the small-town lampposts and disappearing into the trees. Laura decided it was the perfect day to explore the attic, a space she had always avoided as a child. The smell of cedar, old winters, and forgotten belongings hit her immediately, filling her senses with memories of stories her grandmother had once told her, tales of love, loss, and the secrets that everyone in Maplewood pretended didn't exist. Laura climbed the rickety stairs, her heart thumping with a mixture of excitement and unease. Each step groaned, echoing in the hollow space above. The attic was a labyrinth of boxes, trunks, and forgotten treasures, some covered with yellowing sheets, some stacked precariously, threatening to topple if disturbed. As she walked between the stacks, her foot nudged a loose wooden board in the wall. It shifted. Behind it was something she never expected. A small envelope, yellowed with age, fragile, almost like a dried leaf. It was addressed to Eleanor Rose, a name Laura had never heard in her family. But what froze her heart was the signature at the bottom. The letter was signed by her grandfather, yet the date on the envelope said June 14th, 1978, 9 years before her grandparents ever met. Laura felt her stomach twist. Her grandfather involved in something dangerous, or worse, something criminal? She continued reading. My dearest Eleanor, there are things I cannot speak of openly, things that could destroy more than just the two of us. But know this, what happened that night wasn't an accident, and when I leave Maplewood tomorrow, I won't be coming back. Laura stepped backward. Her heartbeat thundered in her ears. Her grandfather involved in something dangerous, or worse, something criminal? She continued reading. I hope the child grows up safe. I hope she never learns the truth. Please promise me you'll protect her, no matter what it costs. Laura's hands turned cold. Child? Whose child? She flipped the letter over, hoping for more. But that was it, just a single page and a lifetime of questions. For hours, Laura sat in the attic, reading the letter again and again. Who was Eleanor? What happened that night? And who was the child he mentioned? Her curiosity quickly turned into a need, a desperate urge to understand what had happened decades ago in this quiet town. Every box she opened, every trunk she examined seemed to whisper fragments of old secrets. She gently ran her fingers over the faded handwriting of letters, photographs of strangers with familiar faces, and yellowed newspaper clippings that spoke of events long forgotten. Then she found it, an old photograph, a young woman in a 1970s dress standing in front of the Maplewood train station, holding a baby in her arms. On the back, in faded ink, were 2 words, For Laura. Laura's breath caught. Her name was on the photo, decades before she was even born. Confused and anxious, she rushed downstairs and called her mother. The voice on the other end trembled more than she expected. Mom, who is Eleanor Rose? There was a long pause, a heavy, painful pause, and then her mother whispered, "Laura, it's time you knew the truth." Laura's heart pounded as her mother continued, "Your grandfather, he wasn't the man you think he was. Before he met your grandmother, he was wrapped up in something dangerous, something he tried his whole life to keep away from us." "What about the baby?" Laura whispered, her voice shaking. Another pause, then her mother exhaled. "That baby was me." Laura's world shattered. Her mother was the child mentioned in the letter? But why was the letter hidden? Laura asked, her hands trembling. "Because," Laura's mother whispered, "Eleanor Rose wasn't just a friend, she was my real mother." Laura felt tears burn her eyes. Her mother continued, "Your grandfather loved Eleanor, but there were people after him. He wasn't a criminal. He was trying to protect her, protect us. He left Maplewood to keep us safe, but he made a mistake. He never came back for her." Laura pressed the photo against her chest, feeling the weight of decades of hidden truths. "And the letter?" she asked softly. "He hid it," her mother said, "to protect me from the truth, until the day you found it." Laura sat alone that night, the letter beside her, the photo in her hands. The wind whistled softly through the cracks in the window, and she whispered, "Grandpa, I wish you'd told us." Outside, the porch light flickered gently in the cold wind, casting shadows on the walls that seemed to echo the secrets of the past. Laura stayed up a while longer, thinking about what her grandfather had sacrificed, about the dangers he faced, and about the truth that had finally reached her hands. She understood then that love sometimes comes wrapped in secrets, that protection can come at a cost, and that even in small towns, lives are often more complicated than they seem. In the weeks that followed, Laura would continue exploring the attic, finding small pieces of her grandfather's life, letters, photographs, and even newspaper clippings that explained more of the hidden story. Each item was a fragment of a man who had tried, in his own imperfect way, to protect the family he loved. And Laura learned a valuable lesson. Stories are everywhere, in letters, in photographs, in the quiet moments of ordinary people. And sometimes those stories wait decades to be told. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to Small Town Storytime, like this video, and comment your thoughts below. Your support helps us bring more true small town stories to life.